Among our wonderful outreach workers and case managers and healthcare providers, the spokesperson for today, who is an outstanding outreach worker, Marcel Miranda, is going to talk to you a little bit about what our program does. Marcel?
Thank you. Let me start by thanking you, Reverend Williams, and Pastor Fitch. I am honored by your invitation to participate in today's service and want to acknowledge your commitment to HIV prevention and the recognition of World AIDS Day and setting a model for our places of worship and celebration. As many of you know, yesterday, December 1st, was World AIDS Day. For the past 14 years, we have used this day to focus international attention on the global pandemic of HIV and AIDS. After 20 years of living with HIV locally, we have a powerful reminder of the worldwide effort to stop AIDS with the recent visit here at Glide of a group of faith-based AIDS activists from South Africa. They were amazed by what we've built here, and they took many of our prevention tools home with them. This serves as a clear reminder that when we give someone a condom or a bleach kit in Bodecker Park, it indeed has an effect half a world away in South Africa. Our work spreads beyond the boundaries of the Tenderloin, further than even the boundaries of our city. And I think it's important that we acknowledge that the power of that sort of work that occurs here. It also reminds us that if we hope to end AIDS globally, our work must begin in our homes. Not just in our neighborhoods and our spiritual communities, but also with those who make up our families. This year's World AIDS Day theme is, I care. Do you? Before you answer that question, I'd like to tell you about some of the Glide staff, people that you might not know that care every day. You well know our executive director, Janice Mercatani. Grace Galzagori is the managing director of Glide Health Services, together with Andrea Getz, our HIV/AIDS service manager. Now, they provide the vision and management of all of our HIV and AIDS services. David Rivera and Willie Dudley are our community health outreach workers who provide one-on-one interventions out in the street, in the Tenderloin, in the Mission, in the Castro, Civic Center, 6th Street, and places all over the city. The list is too long to go into here. Londa Wyatt, Melissa Bryant, Nakia Hayes, Gloria Jeffries, Leslie Martinez, Maria Castillo, Kevin Crooms, Curry Foley, Ina Gomez, and Susan Shaw provide services from counseling, testing, outreach, peer advocacy, case management, benefits, program support to HIV testing and counseling. To say nothing of our generous volunteers like Ramona Burvin and Laura Sales. When added together, we reach more than 20,000 people a year in this work to fight AIDS and HIV. Believe me, as someone who's been doing this work in San Francisco for the past 14 years, this is a compelling achievement, especially when you consider the troubling recent cuts in AIDS prevention funding. As I look around this place full of history and commitment, I'm reminded that on average, in San Francisco, every day, at least 2 people will become HIV positive. What's perhaps more unacceptable is that nationwide, 45% it's estimated. 45% of those who become HIV positive are under 25. For all the hope from new antiretroviral therapies and medical advances, AIDS continues to change our world in striking and far-reaching ways. After our neighbors down the street in the Castro, it's the Tenderloin that remains the community most affected by HIV and AIDS. At Glide, we are committed to building compelling and innovative HIV prevention with work that is accessible to all people and addresses issues of class and culture, particularly to those who may be most at need, most at risk, and tremendously underserved. So, to answer the question, do you care? The fact that you're here tells me that you do. I dare say that most of you, or at least the person next to you, have probably been touched by HIV in some way. Indeed, the more interesting question may be, what are we doing? What are you doing to stop AIDS? Now, if you were to see me and ask me, well, Marcel, what should I do? Here's what I'd tell you. First of all, I'd encourage you to start in your own homes. Talk with your loved ones about what puts us at risk. You can be a powerful example by getting tested for HIV. I encourage you to keep talking about prevention, not just with your partners and your children, but with your neighbors and your community leaders. I would encourage you to commit to caring more in the coming months. Clearly, if stopping HIV and AIDS were going to be easy, our work would have been done a decade ago. We must do more. So let me first of all thank you for whatever you're doing to prevent HIV from spreading. You know now what we're doing at Glide. Let's commit to doing more during the coming year. If you tested this year, thank you. Next time you test, bring someone who has it or who might need your support to test again. If you volunteered, thank you. Try to volunteer a little more time this year. And if you wrote a check, please write a bigger check. It's clear that whether we're HIV positive or negative, we're all living with AIDS.